Camara, drive in. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. The numbers for Coleman last week: 21 carries, 68 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Yeah, Sean Payton is a little hefty. Yeah.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Watch the pass.
Here's Garoppolo to throw.
On.
Got his target,
defense.
Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are
big boy.
and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it. Now Garoppolo lost
the ball.
football.
You fumbled it and you still can't get it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now the throw on
I don't think we have now.
Incomplete.
I don't think the Saints have picked up a receiver yet.
There on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Camara might not
So
play.
on 4th down, here's the Australian
He hasn't practiced
Mitch
all week.
To punt this
So
one
I
away.
don't think Camara's playing
Deontay
Sunday.
Harris deep for New Orleans.
Which that's
And
not
the win
good.
last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
We got this.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7th-round selection in the 2018 draft. Out of LSU, it's Danny Etling.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
Camara hasn't practiced all week, so I doubt if he plays.
In terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
All right.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Etling. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A look now at the starters on this.
Yeah, I mean, because our
49ers
receivers really
defense.
can't catch the
They
football.
were terrific a week ago in the win over the
They had a horrible
I
time
was extremely impressed by
last
what I
week,
saw. They ended
especially
up
in the
getting
first
4
half. They couldn't
sacks in the
catch
game,
anything.
Stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time. Made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5
Yeah,
team
there has to be
in terms of
somebody
points
that can
scored
come
in
out
the
and
NFL. So when they're that high powered,
make our team.
You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
He dropped it?
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing
Really,
again
Thomas?
on second down, but this time it's
You dropped that?
incomplete.
Oh,
There's a lot
man.
of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two
Maybe
hands
Michael
on the
Thomas
football
dropped that.
and bring it into his body.
Of all people drop it.
Pretty good
I don't think Stills is on this team.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards, good for his Saints.
This game is
first
this
down. He
game
was
is a few years
solid
old,
last
and I don't
week,
think
over
Stills is
100
on this
yards in their
team.
victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback.
Eric Martin, yeah.
The
Eric Martin.
numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
Yeah,
What's
Eric
average
Martin
runner
might be
in
on
the
this
league,
team.
and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1, because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
On second and a yard, Etling. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Wes Chandler,
So that flag will cost him 15.
I don't think I think he's retired. I think he's retired in this game.
Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Eric Martin might be in
Got
this
another
game.
1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. They'll throw it here. Etling. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific
Let's see if
better
Kenny State was
execution, and
the
doubled a
quarterback.
lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw
The
it
snake.
all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Man, Thomas, you can't
They
catch
try
it
to
there.
throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
Thomas can't catch it there.
An incomplete pass
He's
on
got the
that
yips.
last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Etling to throw it. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Back.
They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Check. Watch 54. I got him.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Set the tone, defense.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Garoppolo, Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Get ready.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Hey, what's going on, Cameron?
As well as continue to feed him.
What's going on?
Some of these runs now may
Playing
pop
some Madden
bigger
before I go to
later in the
bed.
game because of the effects
I'm
of
getting
running
beat.
it.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
people after a
What
while
am I
don't want to
gonna do?
tackle him anymore, or they get
I'm
tired, or they
losing.
get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
What's going
Might they
on?
get him the ball in some space
Where's
in some
Jared
different
at?
ways
Where's-
here. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes?
What's going on,
He's seeing
man?
things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Back to throw Etling. Steps away to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Way to be here,
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said,
and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a 33-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. They need him late in the game. His confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized for the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. On 2nd and 7, Etling. It's brought in by Harris. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Etling. He is going to find Hill here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
56 is the mic.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah, the game's out in
Coming up in a couple
Frisco.
of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Etlin. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Here's Hetling to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Check 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 20-yard touchdown. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Come on, fellas.
After review of the play,
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where you see the final score there. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Baker Mayfield, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week with Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And another tackle broken. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Down. 60 or. Hey. 57. Mike, 57.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Yetling, quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's what
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Running with Kamara. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ready, ready. 8, read. Watch the screen. Fight.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Yeah, score.
Latavius Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They're running it.
At the 26-yard line.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's scared.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down. Garoppolo now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No, we need
So
an
after
interception.
the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Boom! That's how we do it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Got his
You gotta be
target,
kidding me.
Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 34
You've gotta be
yards
kidding me.
there.
How do you complete
Obviously,
that?
they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The kick by Gold is good, and that will tighten this one up.
Hold on a second. We're doing the game.
Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
18 Gator, Mike, check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. Let's go.
The busy night continues for Kamara. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On the ground, this is Kamara. He won't go down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now Etling. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. On the ground, Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here we go.
Coleman now. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's got Snead. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gold with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Hey, what's up, man?
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for New Orleans, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaud.
Look how great some players here. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna head on out of here. Only microphone in the broadcast, okay. Whatever that means. I'm just looking at something here. Have a good one.